Nim habuz ligay yoinim. Friends, together with our prayers, our tzedakah, we will certainly merit to have the final redemption with Mashiach, which will bring salvation to all the problems. The Shabbos is going to be 80 years since the passing of Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Schneerson, the Rebbe's father, who was chief rabbi in a big city in Russia, in Yekaterinslav, in Ukraine. Unfortunately, he lost his life as a result of his exile. 5 years he was exiled for his activities for the Jewish community. But today, I don't want to focus on his life, rather on a teaching of his. Reb Leivik had this unique capability and genius in combining all aspects of Torah into one. Taking any subject, looking at it from a halachic, from a legal perspective, from a homiletic perspective, from a moral perspective, including the halachic, the Kabbalistic approach to it, and its practical application. So in this week's parsha we have the second portion of the Shema, where Moshe Rabbeinu says, "V'hoyim shemoya tishman mitzvosai." If you will listen to my commandments, obviously he speaks on behalf of God, that I, God, command you. Then he says, "V'nosati metar artzachem be'itoy yoire u'malkush." I will give rain for your land at a proper time, the early rain and the late rain. Rain can be a blessing. Rain is a blessing, gishmei bracha, but rain could also, God forbid, be very destructive. So for it to be the proper rain, the blessing rain, the rain of growth, it comes with our servitude to Hashem. And in fact, says Reb Levi, there's a very interesting Talmud. Talmud says the following: in the Amidah, in the daily prayer of the Shmoyne Esrei Amidah, we say the Talumoto. We pray for rain. We also mention Du, Moridatol, and we also mention Mashiv Ruach, the wind. Says there are three things that we're praying for: Du, wind, and rain. Says the Gemara, the main prayer is for rain. For dew and wind, if you didn't mention it, you do not have to repeat the Amidah again. In the winter season, when we're supposed to pray for rain, if we do not mention the rain, we have to repeat the prayer and say it. Says Reb Levi, why? What's the difference? So here is a beautiful thought. First of all, rain, as we just said, in Hebrew is called motor. Geshem and also motor. And this is the word that Moshe Rabbeinu uses. Sati metar artzachem. Motor is spelled mem, tet, resh. Actually, it includes those three elements. Mem for motor, for rain. Tes for tal, for dew. The resh of the word motor, the last letter, is for ruach, for wind. And he explains the following. Dew is present every day. Summer, winter, in the morning there will be that dew. Irrelevant of our prayers. Wind, there is always a wind blowing. It's also a constant, not depending on our prayers. Why is that? Dew comes in the merit of Abraham, Avram Avinu, which represents kindness, chesed. Chesed is timidi. Chesed is a constant. So God is giving us always the dew, even without our prayers, even without us meriting it. Wind is also always there. And the wind functions as a catalyst to combine, to mix the fire from the earth and the coldness of the earth, and together it makes it for a proper atmosphere. And it's also constant. This comes in the merit of Yaakov. Yaakov is Tiferes. Tiferes is also the beauty combination of kindness and contraction. Rain, he says, rain is Gevura. Rain is more severity. This comes on behalf of Yitzchak. It's not a given. severity, sometimes yes, sometimes not. So therefore we have to pray for it. And the prayer has to be such that it should be rain, an appropriate rain, a positive rain, a beneficial rain. And therefore, says the Talmud, rain we have to pray, depends on our doing. Dew and wind is a constant. So Eibishter, please blow in already the Beis Hamikdash.